This week on Not Another Shooting Show.
I thought they pulled a new Coke on me.
You can convince me to skip training by inviting me to get food, alcohol, or go to a movie.
I hate it when the break of the trigger is like behind you. Tune in next time for the exciting conclusion of the February Board of Directors meeting. He's Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is Not Another Shooting Show. Jeff, the USPSA board met tonight as we record this on Monday night. And they did a bunch of boring shit and didn't answer the one question absolutely fucking everybody in USPSA wanted to know. Is Scott getting back on the board or not? They didn't answer that question. So we don't know that. We know that Frank's on some boards or some committees and Ben Barry's on some committees, but we don't know if Scott's coming back or not. Or if I'm going to be the Area 3 director. We don't know any of that shit.
I mean, congratulations on your de facto win. We'll just throw that one out there. But
yeah, no, we'll get into that. But I'm like, why the cliffhanger? Okay, like I understand everything that has to be done on a meeting has to be on the agenda, and it was on the agenda, and they can freely move stuff around in the agenda. Like, yeah, old business comes first, and then new business. They can move the important thing to the top of the new business. Just because Ye-Man has to get on a plane, and Area 8 Fortney is like driving through Utah, doesn't mean we have to bury the lead. Like, the hell?
And it's not like this meeting wasn't planned several weeks ago, so, don't schedule your flight then and don't be driving through Utah.
Anyways. Stuff happens. Like, you got to be places. I don't know where Ye-Man and Russell are going, but, like, I get it. But at the same time, they could have. It didn't bother me that they had to cut off the meeting. It bothers me that they're like, well, tune in next time for the exciting conclusion of the February Board of Directors meeting.
Yeah, like you said, it's like, hey, we got a short meeting. Hey, we got 30 minutes. Let's just knock out this shit real quick.
Yeah.
Like, let's decide this.
Yeah. And it's literally a presentation. It's like, there's no vote. As far as I know, there's not going to be a vote on this. Like, it was either okay or it was not. And if it's not, he's back. And if it was, he's not.
Right. It could literally be we decided he's not. Or, yeah, we fucked up. Our bad. Come back, Scott.
So,
yeah.
Anyway. I am the de facto winner of the Area 3 well, actually, I'm not the winner of the election. It's now an uncontested race.
Thank you, Luke Faust.
Yep. So, here's how this went down. A couple weeks ago, I get a message from Luke on Facebook and says, hey, you got time to chat? I was like, sure. Okay. And I didn't, like my initial reaction was like, he's the guy I'm running against. What is he? What's going on here? Like, why would I talk to the enemy? I didn't really think of him as the enemy. It was just sort of this instant competitiveness coming out of me. Like, why would I do that?
You competitive? Never.
No, not at all. So call him up. We start chatting. He's like, well, here's the deal. I don't really want to be the Area 3 director. And I just wanted to talk to you and make sure we're singing on the same sheet of music. And if we are, then I am going to very happily drop out of the race. And then that way we don't have to wait for the election and they can appoint you per the bylaws to take over. Like, boom, it's done. It's over. And I was like, okay. Yeah, I guess I'm down with that plan. Like, I did this with the intent to serve. So, yeah, I was okay with that plan. And he was going to talk to someone else that he thought maybe was running. And so they didn't turn in a petition. So I'll just leave their name out of it. So, yeah. So then he said, well, as soon as it's official that you and I are the only two candidates, then I'll drop out. Now, they have not said anything about this publicly. USPSA, as of this recording, on Monday, February 26th at 9:18 p.m., they have not said anything publicly about him withdrawing from the race. So, but I mean, he's withdrawing, so that would make me the de facto candidate. Or de facto candidate. There is one thing that bothers me about this, though. I'm not gonna lie. What do you think it is, Jeff?
I mean, my brain is. I'm paranoid enough, so I've got like 7 different options here.
The only thing that bothers me about it is no one is casting a vote for me.
Yes.
Was that one of the 7?
That was one of the directions I was going.
God, where the hell were you going with the other 6?
Well, one of them was, a ringer from the top rope with a chair. Like, it's a whole thing. But
okay. Yeah, I would prefer to have been actually duly elected, like votes cast for me. But given the circumstances and everything, yeah, that's the thing. Now, there was another weird thing that happened after that. That was also very weird. So this happened. We got the email from Donna on Friday, February 23rd, that yes, congratulations, Luke and Andrew, you're the 2 candidates for Area 3, and here's the process going forward. And as soon as, like, within, I don't know how long it was after we got that email, within a couple hours, Luke had sent an email tagging me in it and everybody else, like, I'm withdrawing from the race, and it's been all over Instagram. You can see it wherever you want to go see it. And Kevin Hartman up in the cities got a hold of me and said, hey, I want to start a GoFundMe for your life membership.
Oh, that was nice of him.
And I was like, okay, cool. But I'm a Midwestern. I'm a Midwesterner, and we have too much pride for such things, and that seems like something I don't want to do, but at the same time, I know what my wife would like it if my life membership that's now $1,000 instead of $500 was crowdfunded. It was like
a fly wall for that conversation. So I turned down $1,000. It was gonna be free with no strings attached. But I figured we could pay it. Like, that'll go well with your wife.
I know, but it's just like a stupid pride thing. Okay,
we are Midwesterners at heart. I get it. I do, but.
I mean, I could have made it work. Did I have just a random $1,000 laying around to do that? No. Was I completely aware of it being a possibility? 100%, but I wasn't counting on it being quite this soon.
Right.
I thought I had a few months yet. I mean, I've been throwing some money off to the side and for this exact thing, and I can throw the rest on a credit card, but like my wife and I don't carry balances on our credit cards. Like, yes, we use them, but we pretty much pay them off for Shields points and gift cards and shit, and for hotels and whatnot. So I reluctantly said yes. And so the GoFundMe started Friday evening, and there were a few donations, and it was slowly trickling up. I'm like, wow, that's really cool. And Kevin wrote a very nice thing about me being a family man, which was all completely untrue. No, I'm kidding. It was all true. And so I wake up then on Saturday morning, and I have a text message from Kevin, and it says, okay, well, I guess I had to pause it. I'm like, huh? And I go look at it, and the goal had been met. Just like that, overnight. And Ben Steger donated $630 to close it out. And
that was nice of him.
It sure was. Now, in all honesty, I told my wife, if I could go grab my wife upstairs, and she would tell you, I had already planned on, like, jumping in when it hit 500, and I was going to donate 500 myself.
Yeah.
And Ben woke up earlier than I did on Saturday morning, so he saw it first, and it was over. It was done. And I sent him a note, was like completely speechless, like, thank you. And now this is all assuming that I become the Area 3 director.
Right.
if they roll back Scott, which I will be very happy about, they like Kevin will close it and everybody will get refunded their money. Like I'm not getting a free life membership unless I'm the area director. And
You're so Midwestern.
I know. And I'm also like, once I'm on the board, one thing I'm going to advocate for is the removal of that requirement that you don't have to be a life member. Now, a lot of the people who run are already life members, and that's cool and that's great. But to me, it's just it's a barrier for entry. And I sent thank you notes to as many of the guys as I could locate on social media, and just said thank you very much for the donation. I'm truly humbled, and every single one of them said something to the effect. I guess one didn't say that exactly. He just said, "I'm happy to help," but all the rest of them said, "This $1,000 is a bullshit barrier to entry." Correct. And that was why they chipped in the 20 or $50. One of my good buddies, Nick, actually donated $100. So I guess I'm going to be buying him Miller Lite for quite a while. But anyway,
I mean, that's a lot of Miller Lite.
It is a lot of Miller Lite. Yeah, it's not nearly as much Summer Shandy. I have Summer Shandy back, Jeff. Summer Shandy's back on the shelves in Sioux Falls. The first can I opened, they fucked up. It was it was like all lemonade and almost no beer. It was terrible. And I'm like, Leinenkugels, what are you doing to me? I even sent him an email. It was traumatizing. And then I know this guy who I didn't know at the time. He works for the local distributor in Sioux Falls of Leinenkugels, like Dakota Beverage. He works for the company that distributes it here. He's like, did you try opening another can? Oh, no, I didn't. I opened another one. It was fine. Here, I thought they pulled a new Coke on me.
You literally got the first one of the run that the mixer hadn't gone completely through.
Must have. But anyway, just to put a cap on the USPSA bullshit, thank you all you guys who donated for my life membership. I seriously, like, when Kevin first brought it up, and he was like at first he's like, so have you started a GoFundMe yet for that? I was like, that's funny. Yeah, no, it's not gonna be fun telling my wife. And then he messaged me like the next day. I'm like, oh, you were serious. And
yeah, you need those friends.
I mean, it was. I'm not gonna lie, I got a little emotional, a little bit. It was like, I'm not a crier, but it was. I got chills. I was just like, wow, this is amazing. Anyway, so we're gonna shoot a match together on Sunday.
Yeah,
I hope.
Oh,
they gave me drugs and it's doing well. It's already better.
Well, if you drink enough with many drugs, you feel real good for at least a minute.
It's not that kind of drug, though. It's just like heavy ibuprofen, which isn't exactly great to be drinking with, but it's nothing steroidal or opioid. So I actually went to the doctor for it today. I tweaked my knee back in December, and I thought I sprained my MCL. Turns out it's the meniscus. It's the cartilage. Ew. And it got inflamed. It was almost healed. I did this back in December, and it took a long time to get better. And then it was great on Friday. And then I sat in a car for 5 hours going to Rapid City for my daughter's gymnastics meet. And by the time I got out of the car in Rapid, it hurt really bad. It didn't want to move. And so it was kind of that way all weekend. Go to the doctor. He's like, yeah, well, let's schedule an MRI. We'll give you some of these drugs, and then we'll see if we can get an MRI through insurance and maybe surgery. Probably not, but we'll see. So that's where we're at. But I'm still planning on coming down there and shooting the match as of right now. And if the inflammation goes down, it's mostly just inflamed. And if that goes down, then I can run. Because the weird thing is I can still run. It's just my knee doesn't want to bend, because it's all swollen and tight and shit.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, and it's going to be a rifle match, so really there shouldn't be too much running because, I don't know, rifles go far. But
yeah,
I don't know. I'm like 50-50 on how much I'm looking forward to the match, and it would be much better if you were there because we have an awesome squad of people to make a very fun day. But it could also be like a very annoying day because multi-gunner's going to multi-gun.
Yeah,
or at least okay. I've gotten criticism for this from people. At least the multi-gunners at my local club tend to be the most toxic people that I deal with, and it pisses me off. But apparently other clubs it's not as bad. But I'm so biased at this
Toxic
point.
how? Like, how are they toxic?
So we set up a match. It was a PCC pistol match. It was super fun. Anyways, they all showed up at 8:45. Shooting starts at 9. The match setup started at 7:30. They all sat around their trucks looking at, whatever new scope they had bought to put, 3 different red dots on a rifle because reasons, whatever. So they didn't help at all, whatever, because they never do. They were the last squad to finish. And then one of them walked up to me and goes, "Can't wait for you to put on another one." I said, "I bet you can't." And it's just like, and there's a personality trait. Like one of the match director, well, he was the assistant match director, basically believes that shotguns are God's gift to the planet. And if you
those
do not
hardcore 3-gunners love their shotgun.
Right, and if you do not shoot a shotgun, then you are scum lower than the dirt on his boot. And he will tell you that during the match meeting and will point out to you which stages he set up to specifically mess with the 2-gunners who were 70% of his match. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not coming here again. And their matches take forever and no one helps. And I don't know. I've never had good experiences with multi-gunners. I don't know what it is.
I mean, no, there are good ones. The one thing I wanted to ask as you were ranting there, they do know better, right?
Well,
like the people who are like, can't wait for the next one. Do they know they're supposed to? Because we've got that at my club too. Like there's people who are new to it and they only show up for the multi-gun stuff because they want to shoot their rifle. And they don't, usually the first time, they don't know they're supposed to help.
Oh no, this dude was he's been shooting longer than I have type dude. And so like he's well aware. And so yeah, and it's like, and their matches take forever because all the experienced guys go into one squad. And then because that's all where all of his buddies are, and so there's no experienced ROs on any of the other squads to keep the momentum moving forward. And there's a lot of things that make me nervous about this match. Anything involving all rifles, and I can point at the people who I hope don't show up because them running with guns terrifies me. And the unfortunate part is like, it's like at 25% of the match because we have a cop squad and they're bringing their friends. Again, I don't want to just be mean to cops.
So
but
you're
like
saying I should bring my plate carrier?
A tourniquet might not hurt. But so there are several cops that are bringing their partners or their friends or whatever.
That's good.
And it's good, and I support them, but it's going to get real sketchy.
Are they on our squad?
No.
Okay,
good. And this is the beauty of being the match director. So
you're the match director for this?
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh.
So it's Lane Grease's idea, but like he can't be in charge of anything because reasons, and so I'm in charge of it.
Sure, you're the proxy.
Right, I'm the proxy, and so like I can set it up so that the cop squad is in front and the ghost squad is behind them, and then we're all following them, and so we'll never actually catch up to them.
I love how the division is called Rifle Caliber Carbine Open.
Because our wonderful club president mentioned, hey, PCC is very popular. Should we have a PCC division?
No.
And Lane shut that down very quickly.
No.
And
it's not a rifle, it's PCC. I mean, it's technically a rifle, but it's kind of...
But so that's why they had to say rifle caliber, because if you just put rifle, people will show up there with their PCCs because it is a rifle that shoots bullets, and we're not shooting past like 50 yards. So like they could complete the match as easily as anybody else. They would just have a little bit more trouble with the holdovers.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's
but
good.
hell, I mean the longest shot's gonna be what, 50 yards? Are we on the 100-yard range at all?
Nope.
Okay,
nope.
so
we
50 yards is the longest shot possible.
Yep.
Okay, that's still cake for a PCC.
Exactly. So it's like so Lane wanted it to be a rifle caliber only, so that's why we put it in there. We have one rifle caliber irons because of course we do.
Really? Oh yeah, there is one.
He just signed up.
Let me
recently.
guess. He's old. Nope, there's two. There's two.
Oh god damn it.
I'm guessing they're both old though.
They're older, or well, the one that I know of.
Are they older than me?
Yes.
You had to think about it. Fuck you.
Well, because I don't know how old Jerry is.
Oh.
He's very angry, and he seems older. He seems like a yell at the clouds type dude.
Was he the guy in that first Steger class that I came to?
I don't think he's taken.
Who was that guy that
Steger
got
class.
really hammered in at the restaurant?
That was Woody.
Oh, that was Woody. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, no. Jerry, he's been in RO several times for like major matches. He's kind of loud and very angry, and it's a thing.
Okay.
But yeah, so we made a rifle irons division just because it felt like the thing you're supposed to do, but it also feels kind of dumb.
But they can still shoot open, like
right. It's like you can I'm going to shock everybody. You can shoot a division with non-optimal gear. Mm-hmm. Oh my god,
it does work. It's possible.
Right.
Man, it's pretty full.
Yep.
Like
we've had
3 of the
have to
squads
drop
are
out.
full, and 2 squads are one's half full, the other one's close to full. So that's cool.
I actually think the match is full. It's just that certain personalities in one of the squads convince the other ones that they should move, but what they don't know is they're going to be put back together on the day of.
Oh. So, yeah, no, I was looking at the names that I know on our squad. I'm excited about, so that'll be cool. I've never shot a rifle only match. It's hit factor. That's cool. We did a hit factor 2-gun at my club a couple of years ago, and it was great. And I'll never do it again. Yeah, because when you have 2 guns and it's hit factor, it takes forever. If you have more than one gun, it should be time plus. Period.
I 100% disagree with you.
No. From the respect of let me say this: if it's rifle pistol, honestly, even if it was PCC pistol, it's such a like I know what your argument is. It's like, well, it's a better scoring system, and I agree. It is a better scoring system than time plus. Hit factor, you actually have to aim. I said that in front of 3 gunners. They're like, you still got to aim. I'm like, all I have to do is hit the side of a refrigerator box with my rifle. What are you talking about? Like, it's just whap, 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 whap. No, it's easy peasy. And I don't like it because it takes fucking ever. It takes forever. Like, everything with the rifle takes time. It's not like a pistol. You can't just like throw it in this holster and turn around and go, hey, blah, blah, blah. Like, everything with the rifle takes longer. So if there's anything else besides the rifle, it's just like, oh my God, this is going to take all day. Like, it was not better than a 3-gun match that's time plus, time-wise. I couldn't believe how long it took.
Well,
and this was just a club match.
Right. Well, we ran a club match, and I think what the difference between us is that my club has an institutional knowledge backbone that allows it to work more effectively. And so like we have a lot of PCC shooters. We have a lot of experience. Like, okay, clear rifle, muzzle up. Okay. Hand rifle to someone, go get pistol, unload, show clear, done. And like it did finish like an hour later than the USPSA match because we used the 2-gun stages at the USPSA match the next day. We just changed the start positions and the target positions.
Oh, okay.
So the walls were all the same. And so it didn't scar me enough to not want to do it again. My club organizer last year decided to allow the Cowboy Action guys to have all the Saturdays before our matches, which annoyed me very greatly. And so we can't do it this year. But like I thought it worked well because we have the institutional knowledge to like get the scoring done quickly, handle the weapons, yada yada yada. But I get the complaint because yes, I have dealt with the setup of multiple guns and multiple this and that and the other. It can be a hassle. You just have to you do have to set it up properly.
Yeah. It's anything with the rifle, it just takes longer. As soon as you get outside of pistol, you're like, oh, this is a different animal. It really is. 'Cause like it's so easy to just imagine how quick you can make ready with a pistol. Okay, you're standing there. You got empty gun. You got your mags. You're all ready to go. When they say make ready, literally both hands move at the same time. It's like an unloaded start for make ready. Grab a mag, grab your pistol, jam it in, rack it, hammer down, like lower your hammer or what, or not if you're shooting a Glock or whatever, and holster it. Done. Like make ready can take 3 seconds.
Correct.
With a rifle, it cannot take 3 seconds because we have to shoulder it. We have to. I got to turn my optic on. Like on our pistol optics, we just leave them the fuckers on all the time. Like they're just always on. I mean, the optic on my rifle I'm going to shoot this weekend is on all the time too. It's on right now in the safe. But everybody else is like, oh, I got to go up, down, sight picture. Oh, I'm using an LPVO, so I'm gonna figure out what my optimal zoom is. This is so
I agree. Multi-gunners are idiots. I get it. Because
my friend Nick, who doesn't listen to podcasts, and he donated $100 to my life membership. That guy shoots, and he was a really good 3-gunner. He ended up on the 3-Gun Nation TV show back in the day. Okay.
Oh, nice.
And he got eliminated by Jerry Michalek in a pistol shoot-off. The poor guy. I'm watching it and I'm like, oh no, he's got to shoot against Jerry. He's fucked, and he lost. But I mean, he was an excellent 3-gunner, and I forgot what the point was. Oh, he does this. He will he zooms in for every. He has never shot on 1X with his rifle, and he's got like a Vortex Razor 1-6. He's always at least at like 3 for everything. I'm like, why? What are you doing?
I don't understand it because I use a $100 Vortex AR red dot that I bought 7 years ago, zeroed it that 7 years ago, and it still works. I agree. Multi-gunners are weird, and they're gear snobs, and they like to show off to their buddies. I was going to say something much worse there.
I'll say this about my friend Nick, though. He's actually starting to dry fire with his pistol. So he's not going to hear this, but good job, Nick.
Going from C to B class.
Wait. No, he's better than that. But, I mean, I still have yet to beat him in a 3-gun match. Last year at our cop match, he beat me because I had one. He beat me by 1 penalty. And it was, And, like, my whole goal, I didn't care how I finished in the match. I wanted to beat him.
Yeah.
Because he was, like, when I got into the sport, like, he was the best shooter in the club. And I wanted, and he doesn't practice like now like he did back then, so he's not at the level he was. He's still good. But I wanted to beat him so bad, and I got second to him. He got first, I got second. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Well,
anyway.
How bad were the penalties?
It was, I mean, I had, God, I can't remember what they were. He had I beat him on raw time, and I had one more 5-second penalty than him. I think that's what it was.
Okay. Well, and that's like, so that's
it was
one of the
close.
problems.
Like it was so close. I barely lost to him.
Right. Well, and it's one of the big problems with Time Plus is that like one penalty can be like an entire stage. Like some dude posted on Reddit competitions about some new rifle match he's doing, and the penalties were going to be like 30 seconds or 60 seconds of like a miss or whatever. And it was like, so literally I could sit there for 52 seconds, hit the target, and I would still be better off. Like that's not a good scoring system, but it's what they love to do.
It's a reasonable scoring system as long as the stages are weighted appropriately.
They never are.
They rarely are they ever. They're usually like all the same value. They're all like 100-point stages. And there was one year at our cop match where there was a stage that was basically just a real quick pistol shoot, and it was worth 100 points. The same as the big, long rifle course with pistol and shotgun. I'm like, there's no way this stage should be worth the same as that stage. And I basically think the point value, as long as they're relatively the same, if they're all 100, that's fine. But if you have one that's got significantly more or significantly less, I mean, you don't necessarily have to go by the number of targets, like give them all 10 points in value.
Right.
But you should round them off so that like big stages are worth more. That was one thing at Multi-Gun Nationals last year that I did not like. As good as I thought that match was, And as a match, if I had just been a shooter, it would have been a really good match. I would have liked it a lot. But I was working the match, and it sucked to work that match. And I don't mean it sucked like it was bad. It was a long day. Like like I said earlier, everything in 3-gun takes 3 times longer, and I was on the range 13 hours every day, the days I was working, and then even the days I was shooting, we were on the range for like 12 hours, and because we were hanging the targets and dicking with things like as we were shooting, it took forever, and they learned a lot. It's from what I've heard, it'll be better this year. Like it would be totally I would shoot it again. I don't think I'll work it again. And it's not because I thought they did a bad job running it or anything. It was just like, I did it. I'm good. You know, I like, if you're a hardcore 3-gunner, like definitely shoot it. It was a good match, but they had some stages that were, they were a great idea. I loved the idea, but they had too much value. They had some sporting clay stages that were really cool.
Yeah.
They used the sporting clays as a shotgun, sort of like a speed shoot in USPSA sort of thing. But they were worth 100 points, just like all the big field courses were. And it did add to the drama. But if your shotgun choked, like Vepers tend to, all these open Vepers, the ones that ran, those guys did okay, and there were a couple guys that their gun didn't run at that moment, and it screwed them. So, there's good and there's bad, but yeah, no. Generally, I like hit factor as long as there's only one gun. That's me. I saw you added into the. You typed it into the rundown. It's something we've talked about before. I've basically. Have talked my way into you and Steven beating my ass at every match, especially Steven he's oh my god, like he's got TISM bad.
Don't compliment him too much. We don't need to inflate his ego anymore.
I'm not complimenting him. I'm wondering how he's still married. Like the amount of match videos, and he is married, right?
He has a significant other.
Or he has a significant other. Okay. Well,
I'll go that far.
I don't know his marital status, but anyway, like, I don't know how much time he's got for her with all the time he's spending on the range, because he's either shooting a match or practicing like every day. It seems like, at least according to Instagram.
Right, but he's not a degenerate. He just doesn't have a social life outside of that.
Well, he's shooting a lot more than I am right now, so yeah. Anyway, but training out of spite, I keep like bringing up how I beat both you and Steven at Iowa section, and I am training. It's mostly dry fire. I haven't done a lot of live fire training, but I have been dry firing. But I haven't been doing as much as I should be. For reasons. Mostly because I forget to.
I haven't touched my gun. I shot one match the beginning of this month, and then I hadn't touched my gun since before. Well, seriously, I did like one dumb indoor thing since September or October. Like I haven't dry fired. I haven't even reloaded. Like I have fully embraced my off season this year.
But you did mention training out of spite. Like,
correct.
Are you motivated by me beating you for the first time? Because when my friends beat me, like I love my friends and I want to kick their ass. At every match. I'm happy for them when they do well, but I want to kick their ass.
I'm not gonna lie. So I pick my targets based off of how much they annoy me.
Oh,
and
okay.
So, like, you doing better than me is more of a high five. Good job, bud. We'll see how it goes at the next match. And like, when Steven beats me, I just kind of go, damn it. But like, I pick specific people who have annoyed me, and then luckily my club is blessed with like a lot of talent and a lot of TISM and a lot of socially awkward motherfuckers. And so I've been able to be like, you know who I want to beat? This guy.
Yeah.
And my entire goal is based off beating them. And then when I do beat them, I'm like, cool. This guy also annoys me. Let's go after him. And
that's
now
funny.
I'm to the point where the only one that I can try to beat is Lane. And
good luck.
Right.
I mean,
right.
it's a good goal. Really good goal.
It's a goal, but like I'm also like really, really, really like aware of who I am and what I'm able to accomplish, and I'm not going to. I don't feel bad about saying I'm not going to beat the number 15 in the nation at this sport. I'm not. Like,
well, and you know him well, so you know how he is, and that's the way he is why he's good.
Right. He has a training schedule, and nothing, and I mean nothing, interferes with that training schedule. And so I don't have that training schedule. You can convince me to skip training by inviting me to get food, alcohol, or go to a movie. Like, I am easily distracted. And if they're like, I'm not feeling it, I'm like, bro, I didn't even want to go. Like, I wasn't even off the couch yet. So I've trained out of spite for several years, and because I don't believe in the idea of like me versus me. I'm just trying to improve better than who I was yesterday. I don't care.
No,
I really don't. I'm awesome.
I'm used to be that
at
way.
Shooting, right? And like I'm great at shooting. I'm awesome. I'm doing the things I do, and I'm content and happy with it. I need a target to go after, or else I'm fine. Everything's fine. Like, I'm a masterclass shooter. Like, there are, according to the newest statistics, there are 211 people better than me in the United States. That's a pretty good place to sit.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with you. And I mean, I am primarily just training I don't necessarily have a target of a person. I don't train out of spite, I would say. Definitely not. The most spite I have is for myself, honestly. The most angry I get at any time is when I screw up. That's when I'm the most angry ever, is at myself. I'm better at not doing that with shooting. You know,
which is good because you have a firearm in your hand.
But I don't mean that angry.
I know.
But like, I don't beat myself up like when I would fuck up in softball or baseball or football. You know, I would really get down on myself. Like, you idiot. How did you let that guy get by you? Like, you're better than he is. How did you let him break you down and get by you? There's no way that should have happened. And I don't do that with myself with shooting. I identify that, okay, that was not an optimal run, but I learned why it went wrong. So yeah. I'm literally at the point now where I don't have to beat myself. I mean, I might joke with myself like, well, that one sucked, but I don't say you suck. You know, like, that run sucked, but I know why it sucked, and I'm gonna fix it on the next one and like learn from those things.
Well, and like for me, like I don't get angry at shooting ever anymore. Like I barely even get like an adrenaline rush from it anymore. It's more like, we're doing this thing. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
I don't.
But like, if I get mad, like I have to go pout for a little bit, and then I'll come back and everything's fine. So like Area 3, 2 years ago, there was a plate on a swinger, and I missed like 7 shots at it. It was embarrassing. And my best friend, she's like, hey, and I was like, I'm gonna go pout in the parking lot for a minute. I'll be back. And she's like, really? And I go, 100% serious. I'm gonna go pout.
You know, I've never seen you mad.
Yeah, because I don't find use in it. Like,
but like when you were pouting, are you mad?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So what I do is I release all the energy, to sound all woo-woo bullshitty. I release the energy I'm feeling in that moment, and then I move on from it. That's
what I have to do too, and it's usually through yelling or punching things that won't hurt me.
See, the problem for me is that if I punch hard enough, I'll break my own hand.
That's what I'm talking about. Like the only time I punch things is if I have a couch nearby or a bed. Like,
oh yeah, it's fun hitting pillows. Yeah.
Like I will beat the piss out of a pillow. I don't punch walls anymore. Like, I've gotten away with that for far too long. I don't punch walls anymore.
Right, and so for me, like I will express the energy and be like, hey, you're mad at yourself. This is why you're mad at yourself. Like, okay. And my mom would always say, like, okay, are you physically safe? Yes. Are you emotionally safe? Yes. Are you financially safe? Yes. Okay. Will this affect you in 20 minutes? No. Okay. Then what? Then she would be like, then don't worry about it. And I'm like, I'm gonna let all the energy out now and then move on from it. And it's still going to be like the next stage that had a swinging steel. I'm like, shit, and took it first pass, and I was like, yeah, go me. But like, yeah, I don't get angry because like there's no as a large person, I'm not allowed to be angry. I scare people.
You scare people, yeah. I'm not nearly as big as you, and I run into that.
Right,
like,
and so I've been told that.
Yep.
But police 100%. Officers have told me that, like, you can't freak out because we are going to get called. And I'm like, well, this isn't fair, but I get it.
No,
but it's not fair.
There's been like, even just when I yell, I've had to come to the realization because I'm good at hearing tone in people's voices. And, you know, my wife sometimes will have a tone with me that really irritates me because it's really condescending. But I've come to learn after we're how long have we been married? A long time.
Get this answer right.
16 years, I think.
I hope that's right.
Well, my daughter's 15, so 16, yeah. Well, I remember the day we met, Jeff, so come on. It was March 29th, 2006. Like, I get a pass on how long we've been married exactly, but but no, like I would get annoyed because she sounds condescending, but like when I get animated, like it would kind of scare her. Like I'm freaking out angry, and I'm not really that angry. I'm not really angry at all. I'm just animated.
Yep.
And people take it the wrong way, and yeah.
I talk with my hands. I'm very Italian.
I want to switch topics to how your videos frustrate me.
Oh no.
So if you don't follow the Monster King on YouTube, his shorts, what was I commented on, there was something that made me laugh. It was an older video with a shitload of views. Did you see my comment? What was it?
Yeah, it was finally someone uses
sweatbands appropriately.
Appropriately, yes.
That made me laugh.
The amount of sweatband, wristband questions I get is remarkable. Like, one dude was straight up like, why do you even wear those? And I had to be like,
sweat.
Because I sweat. And he's
that should be a one-word answer from now on. Sweat.
Yep. Yeah, it's
sweat. That's it.
But
do you wear them when it's cold? Will you wear them on? Well, it's gonna be fairly nice. Will you wear them on Sunday for the rifle match?
I might for branding reasons, but not because I need
just
them.
To stay,
because,
okay.
Well, so it started because of Kansas sectional. I was feeling the sweat running down my forearm and like rinsing off the like chalk from my hands.
Yeah.
And so when I was forming my grip, I was feeling my hands like slip around. That's why I wear them.
I've used just chalk before, and it works great. But when your hands are super sweaty, it doesn't work as great.
Correct.
The alcohol in Pro Grip is very useful for that because it actually like dries the shit out of your hands along with the chalk. And I put skateboard tape on my gun, so I don't really need. Actually, it's been crazy messing with the TAC Sport. Oh, by the way, I got to mention the TAC Sport. Developments are happening there. Changes happening that I must mention. Remind me of that. I use skateboard tape on my Glock. And my match gun, which honestly with Glocks, like you don't really need a match gun and a practice gun. I mostly practice and match with my match gun, and I have my old one is the backup for when, or I'll switch between the two in live fire practice just because one gets really hot and then I'll switch guns.
Yeah.
And the skateboard tape on my main gun, my Gen 5, like it's worn down so much I need to redo the skateboard tape. And my backup is still really, really aggressive.
I need new lock grips for that reason too.
Oh, dude, I do have another set of grips for my TAC Sport, and I'm going to put them on because they're slippery. And they were Henning grips that I got with it when I got it, and they're aggressive grips. I don't think he makes them for the Tac Sports anymore, but he did when I got them, and they're aggressive. Like, they were chewing up my hands, but they've kind of worn, either there's a lot of skin cells in there and gunk, or they're kind of worn down a little bit, but it's a little slippery. Like, I need the Pro Grip with my metal guns, but with the skateboard tape on my Canic or my Glock, I don't really need Pro Grip at all. Unless I'm super sweaty, just to prevent. I use it more so for the back of my hands, like for wrapping my support hand around my firing hand. That's really annoying when that's slippery.
Yep.
That's really, really annoying. It's another reason why I started. Oh God, this leads into another thing we have later. I started wearing a silicone ring because of my Tac Sport, and Robert Wyatt had to point it out to me. I didn't realize it's a uniquely left-handed problem. If you wear a wedding ring and it's metal, it will get chewed to shit by your metal gun.
Yep.
But if you're right-handed, it's not a problem because you're on top of your hand. And I was like, oh yeah, that's a left-hander thing. Son of a bitch. Anyway, your videos frustrate me. So I'm going to go a little coach mode on you, Jeff. I realize I'm an A-class shooter and you're a master class shooter, but I've been coaching sports and teaching people for a long time. Way before I even got into shooting, I was coaching people on football and baseball, and like I'm pretty good at coaching.
Okay.
So I'm going to go a little coach mode on you. And I mentioned it, I think, last week or the week before. Your reloads suck dick. They really do.
But okay. Yeah,
they really do. Okay. 2 things I want you to do if you dry fire them. Okay. I want you to try. I just want you to try this as just something different, because it frustrates me when I see you reload on your shorts, because you do a lot of first person videos.
Yep.
Your gun is at one angle and your magazine is at a completely different angle, and you have to like collapse the two as if it were like a closing like makeup case or something. Like, they have to like, I mean, you're doing it on the move, so it's not a big deal, but at the same time, it's just like, they're way off. Like, what I would like you to...
I never noticed that.
Like, the angles are just fucked. Like, like your mag's at one angle and the grip of your pistol is at a different angle. But it's like right in front of your hat cam. It's in your workspace, Jeff.
Yeah, you know me. I've always got my gun in my workspace.
Workspace. Okay, workspace is dumb. Bring your workspace down towards your belly button. And guess what? When you don't have as far to shoot that mag into the gun, it's easier.
That's a really far away, though.
No, it's not.
I got really long arms. I got a really long torso.
But here's the thing, though. If you reload low, then you have the entire all the way back up to reform the grip perfectly. And by the time you're back up, you're ready to go.
Okay. All right. So unfuck reloads. Noted.
Unfuck reloads. Now, here's what, like, that doesn't frustrate me as much as the other. There's really only 2 things like that I really have to point out that I see. The other thing is how, and it frustrates, this is the one that frustrates me the most, because some of the videos I've seen are at matches where you have beat me, and I'm like, how? How does he do this and get away with it? And
you just barrel your way through any problem.
It's seriously, your transitions sometimes are a dumpster fire. Like, they're on point a lot, but sometimes they're not great at all. Like, you'll do the like, I went too hard and I have a 4-pound pistol and it went past, and then I bring it back. But when you bring it, it's like you're so good at bringing it back. It's like whap, whap, and then 2 alpha, and then you overdo that one, whap, whap, 2 alpha, and it frustrates the shit out of me. If you just did it right, you'd be that much better. Like just do it so that it stops the first time and then hit your 2 alpha. Because like the alphas are not your problem. Like, you don't have a lot of trouble hitting shit when you're just like actually aiming and shooting, you know, like anybody who's at our level or higher. Like, yeah, I can hit stuff. That's not a problem. But good God, like, you beat me in a match and your transitions are like all over the place. It looks like you're just sort of waving it around. And of course I can't see what you're seeing. So like maybe it isn't as bad as it appears on the video, which is entirely possible.
I'll be completely honest. I don't see what you're seeing as and I don't disagree with you. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that like when I watch them, I've never noticed that. So now I'm going to look at it and it's going to be like when my friend Todd pointed out that sometimes they don't put the handles of your cabinets on correctly, and now I noticed it. Now I can't unnotice it. It fucking pisses me off. So now I'm going to really not enjoy my shooting videos from now on, it appears, because it's honestly something I've never noticed, because I'm going to be 100% honest with everybody. I train to the 80%, and I'm content with training to the 80% because I don't have enough TISM to offset my ADHD, and the like drilling down of a single item of a technique would make me want to turn my gun on myself. Like I can't.
But the one aspect of a technique, no. But like just have like 7 dry fire targets up and see if you can get to all
Already
of them.
done.
What's that?
That is my dry fire strategy.
Yeah,
that is what
7.
I do.
But like the thing I like doing is just I have 7 up and I go various orders.
I have 8.
And
yes.
You have what?
I have 8. They're behind me.
Yeah. Okay. But like I'll try to get to all of them in 3 seconds.
Oh, you use a timer for that? Oh.
Yeah. Like, but I do it without overdoing. Like I'm very honest with myself, going from target to target to target. You know, I don't. It's not. It doesn't count unless I actually settled a zone. You know, at least for a millisecond. If I settle a zone, it counts. If it was off, then it's like, okay, I missed that one and that one. You know,
I practiced calling my shots on it because I pull the trigger every time. So I'm like blah blah blah.
I do it with and without pulling the trigger. And if I'm pulling the trigger for 2 shots, then I extend the time to like 3.5 seconds. But I just like try to get to all of them, you know, and every couple of weeks I'll just rearrange how I have I always have like 3 like, you know, El Pres targets, but then I kind of rearrange everything else that I have.
I haven't moved my targets since I moved into my apartment 3 years ago.
You know, I didn't start moving them until after I moved them off my one wall and moved them to a different wall. Now I kind of rotate them around a little bit. But anyway, so that's what frustrates me. I do something that frustrates you, though.
Yeah, yeah, like grab your gun like an adult. Like that's what I'm going to say right there. Like, why don't you grab your gun like a normal person?
How about no? No, I'm not going to, Jeff. I'm going to keep scoop drawing like a motherfucker. That's what I'm going to do.
How do you find it effective? I have never, like, every time I scoop draw, I'm like, this gun is going into orbit or
Okay.
I'm getting DQ'd.
Here's the thing. I don't advocate the scoop draw for everybody. It works really well for me, though, for a very specific reason. It's not for everybody. I saw Andreas Yankopoulos has been working on it, and if you can master it, it's great. Like, it will save you time on a really quick, short stage. Otherwise,
like 0.1
most of the
seconds.
time, what's that?
0.01 or 02 seconds.
You think about how long most of your draws are. I mean, you can
1.3.
okay, but like on a 5-yard target, what would your draw be? Like, totally honest, like in a match. What would your draw on a
Like a 1-1 or a 1-2.
Okay. I can get, and it's not huge. I can typically do those in about 0.9 to a little under 0.9, between 0.8 and 0.9. And that's cool in a 24 round field course. Doesn't really matter. It's not a game changer unless there's like a target I can shoot like immediately. In most stages there isn't, you know, it isn't worth scooping most of the time, but on a short speed shoot or a short course, it can matter, you know, and here's the reason why I do it though. Like most of the time a scoop draw is not worth doing, but here's why I scoop draw. Anytime it's a hands and sides start, I'm pretty much scoop drawing. It's because if I don't scoop draw, I tend to not get the gun in my hand properly. And like, what are you talking about? You just got to get us squared up. I can't shoot like everybody else does because I broke my humerus bone when I was 14 years old. I shattered it. It was in pieces. It was awesome. Playing dodgeball on the playground in 8th grade. It was amazing. I had a dodgeball like tucked like a football, and then I landed on the asphalt with my arm at a right angle. It felt great. Broke off mid-humerus, pieces from there to the elbow. Okay, so they put it back together with a bunch of screws and plates, and it healed, turned in ever so slightly. And it took me years of struggling in C class to figure this out. And as soon as I figured it out, boom, I went to B and I went to A like almost right away. I've been stuck there ever since. But if I grab my pistol the way you grab your pistol, Jeff, or the way anybody listening grabs their pistol, and I just present it, if I have iron sights, the front sight will be behind the right rear every time. With a red dot, it'll be off to the right. My index is off to the right every time. The gun has got to be rotated to the left in my hand. I'm left-handed. It must be rotated farther left. I have to reach around the front more with like the knuckle of my thumb, you know, where my thumb meets palm is pretty much almost right at the center rear of the gun when I draw it.
Okay.
And because my fingers are wrapped around the front more, I have more hook on the gun for a scoop draw. The average person doesn't. They've just pretty much got fingers under the front strap. So it's easier for them to miss when they do it. I'm reaching around way more. That's what she said. I'm reaching around more and like coming up. I have never fumbled a scoop draw ever. I shouldn't say never. The only time I fumble it is with my tech sport because the beaver tail's so fucking big. I can't get my thumb around it when I scoop it.
Maybe that would change because I can only remember attempting it on my Shadow 2 and it.
Try with your
horribly.
M&P. It's a lot easier with a striker fired gun without a. I mean, the M&Ps have a bit of a beaver tail too, but not like your Shadow 2s do. But I went from using back straps with the beaver tail on my Glocks, and I removed the backstrap versions. Now I don't use one at all. But yeah, that's why. That's why I scoop draw. That's why I get away with it, because the way I'm grabbing it, it's just as secure as everybody else who's like going down, grabbing and yanking. Now, when I've got wrists above shoulders start, like a surrender start, like I practice that a lot. I will, basically get to where my scoop would be, and then I just take my hand off the gun, wrists above shoulders, and then bring it right back to that spot. And I get it most of the time, but when I shoot a steel challenge match, I miss my grip quite a bit, even though I do practice it. So it's honestly
wrists above shoulders at the Cornhusker. Got it.
Okay.
Training out of spite.
Okay. Fine. My Tac Sport Orange. I am without it right now. It actually, I'm without half of it. So last week on Thursday, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday, I get a message from Vince at Stonebridge Gunworks, because we mentioned, we were kind of shopping for, what the slide cuts cost for Tac Sport pistols, and they're not on the cheap side. And CZ Custom wants like $180, and I think Vince is charging like around $134. Well, he sends me a message and says, "Hey, I enjoy the show. Send me your slide. Ship it, whatever. The cut's on me." Well, I guess I'm getting a slide cut now. So
hell yeah! Thank
you, Vince. It was I was a little bit on the struggle bus with the dovetail mount, because I totally maxed out the elevation on it. Yep. I was all the way at the top, and it was sort of zeroed. I'm not sure. I didn't really dial it in.
For the win.
It was oh yeah. If I had a close head box, like I would be aiming off the target 100%. Like
basically a carry handle mount.
Pretty much, yeah. It was about like shooting an AR, aim high. But no, really appreciate it, Vince. I've never had. Well, I guess I do have one gun that's got the milled slide, that Brownell slide. But very excited to get that back and check that out.
Vince does really good work. I have one of my Shadow 2s. He ground out for me, and it's now my match gun. So
yeah,
he does very good work.
Well, and he actually had me send the optic too.
Yeah, because you. So I actually have a funny story about this. They have to, because not every optic is built to the exact spec, and he wants to put like it exactly in there, so it fits perfectly. I had one of my guns milled out for like an RMR like cut, just a standard RMR cut, and then I went to put on, I want to say a Hollow Sun, or maybe it was the SRO, something, but it had like a 2 millimeter bulge in it, and it wouldn't fit.
Really?
And so I had to take it back to, it was a local guy doing it for me, and he had to, because I didn't supply him the optic with it, I was like, oh, just put an RMR cut, it'll be fine. And whatever one it was, I want to say it was a Hollow Sun. He had to like take like 2 millimeter little like circle out from the to get the optic to actually fit. So
interesting.
That's why he wants you to send the optic with it.
Yeah. So I will definitely be getting. And I thought that was cool. Like, yeah, send the optic with it. Oh, okay. And so I did, and it actually, I saw it arrived there today. And
nice.
Yeah. So, and then our friend Owen down there in Omaha, he's been searching for a rear sight for Attack Sport Orange. Well, I don't need mine anymore. And actually, it's funny, the day that Vince messaged me about that, Owen had also messaged me about, hey, you thought about selling the rear sight for your Tech Sport? I was like, I'm not quite that committed to it yet. So, no.
Yeah, you are.
And then I get the message later from Vince. I'm like, I changed my mind, Owen. you can, yeah. I'll, not only that, I basically sold it to him with the optic, with the dovetail mount, because he's a little 9mm curious with his 40 caliber Tac Sport. Which
he shoots it fast enough, he just doesn't grip it hard enough.
Well, when you're shooting 40, it's harder to do, and it's. So I basically gave him both for the cost of a rear sight. So,
nice.
Yeah. So he was happy, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be happy. So again, thank you, Vince at Stonebridge Gunworks. I also ordered the target focus trainer for my 507 comp.
Basically the black
the front
covers.
Yeah, the front cover for it.
I had bad luck with mine, but he offered to replace them, and I
just
was
never
too lazy to send them in. Yes.
I also, on your recommendation, ordered the SRO battery cover removers, and
after you gave me crap about it,
I did. I ordered the 2-pack, so I'll give you one of them.
Oh, thank you, because
I was giving you shit because the screwdriver's hard.
Right.
They're not easy to get off even with a screwdriver. Like, you got to have like the big ass one, and it doesn't fit quite right. And
right, because it's like offset like just under the hood, and so like if you're using a screwdriver with a big enough point to it to fill the entire like screw
the gigantic canal that's cut into that.
Right, then it's too big to actually like twist as a screwdriver, and you're like, this is poor design. Like, Trijicon, be better.
I didn't realize Vortex came out with a new like full size dot. Like, they had that Defender CCW that came out last year. I guess they have like a full size version of it now. Which I was listening to their podcast. Adam Maxwell was on there talking about that. I didn't realize they came out with that. I missed that. It looks like it's about 507, like regular 507 size. Like, it's got a decent window. It's not 507 comp or SRO, but looks like it's a decent sized window. They do have the 3 and 6 MOA options, which, come on, Hollow Sun, 6 MOA, what's your problem? Like, just make a bigger dot. Like, come on. I'm very interested to check out one of those too, just because if the battery life is good on it, because I don't know how it is on their older ones, but it was interesting. Something Adam said on that Vortex Nation podcast was how like their older dots, pistol dots, they weren't really designed for riding around on a slide. They were designed as like the optic on top of a fixed power scope on an AR is really what they were invented for. And they got adapted to pistol use. So it's amazing. Like if you think of red dots, if that hadn't been the original purpose of those things, like what do you suppose the mount would have been? Like we're kind of stuck with the mounting system now because it wasn't originally made for pistols. It was made for rifles as like a secondary aiming solution.
You know, I don't, off the top of my head, I can't think of really a better solution than the one they have, but like, I don't know, because at this point it's been enough years that they would have, if there was a better way to do it, they probably would have come out with one.
Well, what's the optic that's sort of like a Picatinny rail mount? Isn't like the acro or something else that's sort of
the
a
acro footprint kind of?
Yeah, like isn't the footprint of that like sort of a? It's not exactly a rail, but it's rail-ish.
It's definitely got a rail. Yeah, I think you're right. I don't. I'll be honest. I have like 5 SROs. Like I'm not the person to talk to about like other optics.
With the exception of my Burris, everything is RMR footprint. Like everything is.
Right. And so gun industry, can y'all just like accept that RMR 1 and Hollow Sun like put
that's
the nail
thing
in that coffin?
That's the thing that's wrong with that new Vortex pistol dot is it's the Delta Point Pro footprint.
Oh God. Come on, Vortex.
I know. As soon as I heard him say that, I'm like, God damn it. Why? Right. Like Delta Point used to be the jam, and now you're kind of dumb if you're shooting a Delta Point because there's
which is hilarious
options.
That the military was like, you know what, we're accepting this as the option, and then the entire shooting industry went, that was the wrong pick.
Well, it wasn't at the time though.
It wasn't at the time.
It wasn't at the time. It was the most bulletproof at the time. Right,
and then Aimpoint was like, y'all didn't want to even like talk to us, like we do this.
Okay. We're not going to get to everything because here's the thing. Because of the USPSA board meeting, I really, 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 really want to do a show post meeting. And, but I didn't want to miss our regular Wednesday date. So we're actually going to do 2 shows this week. So there's going to be another show coming out on Friday. I don't know if it'll come out early in the morning like the Wednesday show normally does, but there will be a show on Friday, and that will have all of the fallout. We'll find out if I'm actually the Area 3 director or if Scott is, and I still really hope that Scott is, but if he's not, I will be happy to serve. And we have more things that I want to get to. We're like, we're pushing it. I do want to hear about what the worst gun is that you shot, though.
But we'll end it with the worst gun.
Yes, Jeff shoots the worst gun. What was the worst gun that you shot recently? It was the worst.
The worst gun is a Ruger P95.
I think I know what you're talking about. I'm pretty sure it's a DASA gun, right?
It's a DASA with a decocker, and it is awful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I see those come through classes every now and then. Like more often than you would think.
Oh no, I 100% expect, because like the dude that I was shooting with was like, yeah, I bought it in the 90s and like, I don't know, it's been sitting on my dresser for the last 25 years. And I'm like, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
But so like this thing's double action has got to be the worst thing that has ever existed on a pistol. the brake for it is all the way against the frame.
I hate it when the brake of the trigger is like behind you.
Right.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
I was trying to show him like what, because he was struggling with it, and I was like, hey, like I'm a masterclass shooter. I'm kind of okay at shooting. Here's me shooting it. I fucking jerked that motherfucking trigger below a Steel Challenge 36 by 20, or what is it? 24
You
by
missed
36.
the big fucker?
Right. That's how
The 18 by 24 plate?
the biggest Steel Challenge plate.
Yeah, 18 by 24.
I didn't even miss it. I pulled the trigger and didn't hit the wall. That's how fucked that trigger is, because I was like, jerk trigger, and I was like, damn, those sights are below the thing, but the gun has also not gone off yet. Like,
yeah.
What the fuck? And
the grips are not conducive to maintaining its position as you're pulling that staple gun trigger.
Yeah, no, I had staple guns. I used them. They were better triggers than this. I would have rather it been a grip cocked like trigger or something, because I've never jerked a trigger below a fucking Steel Challenge plate at 10 yards before.
I mean, I have brand new shooters who don't do that. Maybe at 10 they would.
Right, because they're not used to a double action that breaks at a reasonable distance, and that's what they've been training with for 7 years. And I'm like, boom, I've totally hit this. Let me give it a little more force. And it's like, nope, we still have not found it. And one of the issues, and this might be a tall issue, I'll throw it out there, my finger would hit the frame before the gun would go off. And so it was a self-induced problem to a certain degree.
Certain pistols, my hands aren't that big, and I'll run into that once in a while with sort of medium-sized guns or even smaller guns, like compact, subcompact. If my fingers, like if it's a gun I've not shot before, if my finger's not in the right spot, like I run out of finger pressing the trigger. If it breaks way to the rear. That's honestly I think the Canik TP9 SFX that I have is a better gun than my Glock to shoot, like shootability wise, with one exception. And the reason why I still prefer the Glock over it is the trigger breaks so far to the rear.
Yep.
The Glock breaks farther out. You don't have to pull it all the way to the rear to make it go off. And I struggle, like my firing hand, if it's a trigger that breaks all the way to the rear, I tend to pull shots down, just like when I was shooting a Beretta, it was kind of the same thing because the trigger breaks really far to the rear. I would just that last little bit to make it go off, it would go just a little bit. And the number of no shoots I clipped the perf on the year I shot that gun was amazing. I would pull it down like an inch and a half at 10 yards. Just, I'm basically like, if it's a, no shoot is, the bottom of the no shoot is even with the letter A on the A zone of a USPSA target. There's enough A zone to shoot at, to actually aim at the A zone.
Yep.
I just hedge against missing low, because if I'm going to miss, it's going to be low typically. So I basically aim right underneath the top perf of the A zone is my aim point. But I would go just that little bit at the back of the trigger, and then, I get the alpha, but I also get the no shoot.
Yep.
And that's really the only thing about the Canics or the PDPs. Oh, I guess I haven't really messed the PDPs. It's basically the same gun, though.
Walther triggers break very far to the rear.
I'm sure it's still the same way, and I don't like it as much as a Glock trigger. It just breaks too far to the rear, and it's the only thing that and the skinny kind of bottom of the grip. I wish it stayed a little fatter towards the bottom. It would just be, I have to work harder to maintain my grip shooting that gun than I do with a Glock. I don't have to think about it as much with a Glock. And I like the way the trigger breaks better. And that's just a total me thing. If that doesn't matter to you or you prefer that, like, I agree with you. You should probably shoot that then, if that works for you. It doesn't really. Part of the problem is that arm that I broke, like I had some nerve damage. So like my whole hand doesn't grip evenly. You ever heard how your pinky is like 40% of your grip strength?
I've heard it. I don't believe it, but I've heard it.
Oh, I do. Remove your pinky from gripping anything.
Okay.
Like hold on to a pull-up bar without your pinky.
Okay.
You'll fall off way faster. Like
challenge accepted.
Yeah. and then you'll prove me wrong, just being stubborn. You'll cheat or something.
I will train this out of spite.
Yes. I'm going to prove Andy wrong. But, I mean, I've heard that it does make some sense, but, like, I just can't squeeze as hard with my left hand as I can my right, which actually works out good because the hand I need to crush with works out. But just because that bottom part of my hand is on the weaker side from nerve damage, I really have to focus for my fingers to not move when I'm pressing the trigger.
Right.
It's I really got to train that in hard. And everybody does, but like I really have to train. Like it's even a problem with my 1.5 pound trigger on my TAC Sport, you know, because that grip is so different shape from anything I've been shooting the last few years. Like I'm like, if I had to shoot a match with that tomorrow, it would not be good because it's, even though it's got this crazy light trigger and it's this heavy gun, like everything about it is so different from what I've been shooting. I'm starting over.
I literally can't shoot anything but Shadow 2s and MMPs at this point because I have such a high grip that I retard the slides on 1911s, DWXs, Berettas, like anything that doesn't have a giant shelf for my thumbs to sit on, I will induce a malfunction.
I saw this week that Firepower United used the Spanish word retardando, and it made me laugh because Dora the Explorer used that word teaching kids Spanish. It means that's slowly. Awesome. Anyway, have you seen the adult sketch videos of the Diego and Dora the Explorer?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. They're so funny. Can you say cocaína?
Can you say tequila shot?
Yeah, it's so funny. So, you're getting 2 shows this week, and basically, I texted Jeff and I was like, hey, let's do a short one tonight. Well, it ended up being full length anyway, so.
He asked me to talk. I can go on for days and days and days.
Me too. And we've got plenty of show left for later in the week. So thank you so much for listening. Again, thank you, Vince at Stonebridge Gunworks. Go order wrenches for your SROs to get your batteries out easier. It'll make your life better. Also, thank you everybody that donates to my life membership fund if it ends up being needed. We'll soon find out. This podcast was recorded Monday night. It's coming out Wednesday prior to the conclusion of the board meeting. So there will be a post board meeting episode that will come out on Friday as well. We'll record that on Thursday. So anyway, anything else, Jeff, before I stop this recording? No? Okay. All right. He's Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is Not Another Shooting Show.